Morning Year 5s, Mr. Cooper here, and it's our English. So we're going to go straight into the do nows and then I'll chat about our English. So the apostrophes, what is correct? You're doing great or you're doing great? Well, it's the bottom one because it's you are doing great. That your is possessive, so it's like your binoculars, your pen. So it's the bottom one, you are doing great. What type of apostrophe is this? The children's playground was wet. Well, that is a plural possessive, isn't it? Children's playground, but it's before the S because children is already plural, but it is a plural possessive. It's not singular possessive. There's not one single children. Correct. Mrs. Croft enjoyed ringing children and didn't realise how much she missed everyone. So first of all, you've got a comma here because you've got your coordinate conjunction of and, but also you've got your contractive apostrophe going in between the N and the T to omit the O. There's nothing being omitted there. Did not. There's nothing missing there. Should be between the N and the T. Commas. Without thinking, I picked up crisps, biscuits and cake, but I didn't need them. So without thinking, comma, because you've got fronted adverbial, I picked up crisps, comma, biscuits and cake. Comma, but I didn't need them because you've got your but there as well. So there's a mixture within one sentence for what your commas are for. Dave looked across the field and shouted, "I'm here." So you should have your comma at the end there to show that you've got some speech coming. It was only 10 o'clock, comma, but Mr. Cooper was, because he hadn't any breakfast. Well, somebody's not proofread their sentence here, have they? You've got words missing and everything. So it should be, it was only 10 o'clock, but Mr. Cooper was hungry because he hadn't eaten any breakfast. You don't need your comma there because that's a subordinate conjunction within a sentence. So you don't need a comma for because. You do need it for the but though. Okay? So it's just a comma for but. So that one's wrong. Quick fire, similar to the ones in maths this week. Just going to pick a question, pick an area of spag and go for it. So what does a modal verb tell you? Write an example. So a modal verb tells you frequency or likelihood of something happening. So you might put should or could. Write it in a sentence. Write a sentence to show an example of a fronted adverbial describing manner. So manner is how you do something. Now the easiest one to do there is do a simile. As quiet as the breeze, Mr. Cooper walked through the streets. Yeah, so manner, how you do it, pick a simile. Job done. Name the three types of apostrophe we have explored. Write an example of each. So we've looked at contracted apostrophes. So you might have didn't or shouldn't or can't or couldn't. So write a sentence with that. You should have singular possessive. So Mr. Cooper's pen ran out. Dave's foot hurt. And then a plural possessive. So the dog's collars were on the table. Okay, so just a short sentence with those three types. On to our English for this week. So this week we're having a focus on poetry. We did some toolkits last week for our writing, and before that we did lots of weeks of lots of like one-off pieces of writing which were brilliant to read. But I wanted to have a little look at poetry. So each day this week we're going to have a look at a slightly different style of poem, a different form of poetry. Today's I've gone for acrostic. I know we all understand what acrostic is, and we all, to be fair, if I actually write a poem, for some reason kids just go straight to acrostic. I think it because it's got a letter to help you get started. I'm going to admit something. I've really enjoyed writing the waggles, so writing poems for this week. It's a really good way of getting things off your chest, or just, I don't know, it's very satisfying. A story might take you quite a while, but a poem doesn't. I don't expect you to just write one, okay? All of my waggles, I've got more than one, okay? So don't just sit and write one and then say, I've done my English for today. So, my eye's on you. But I've decided to keep it themed to lockdown and COVID, because, it's good to have a theme, and you can do some serious ones, but also some silly ones as well, and try and keep them light-hearted in the situation. So here's what I've gone for today. So first one, I have COVID down the side. Can't go out and do everything I want to. Oh well. Very good opportunity to learn something new. I tried to plait Amy's hair. Didn't go well. There you go. You'll notice there's no punctuation, no rules in poetry. My only rule here is that it's got to follow. It's got to start with those letters. Doesn't even rhyme. Doesn't have to. It's the beauty of poetry. I've got one here that spells out lockdown. I've imagined what it'd be like if I was a kid. Laying in bed until 9, or mum comes to knock on my door. Can't always find the energy to get up. Knock, knock, knocking on my door. Down in a minute. Out the bedroom door and walk down the stairs and remember, not brush my teeth. So there you go. So we've got lockdown there, and it's just the event of getting out of bed. And we've got another one here, and down the side I've done 2. I've done face mask, and I noticed that there's 4 in each word, so I've kind of done them in 2 verses. So face mask. Oh, by the way, don't forget, an acrostic is whatever's spelt down the side is the theme of your poem. So you can't just write the word zebra down the side and write about cake. Okay? Face mask. For when you're inside and surrounded by strangers, cover your nose and mouth, expertly avoid the dangers. Maybe you don't like it, and maybe you're just scared. Society needs to come together, kick COVID-19 and stop it being shared. So I have gone for rhyme there. So I've gone for the second and fourth of both to rhyme. There's not necessarily a rhythm there, but I went for a rhyme there at the end. So I want you to have a go with those today. Don't just sit and do one. I want you to have a go with a couple. Think of a few words down the side. You might, do a couple that are related to the situation we're in. You might want to do home learning. That could be quite a good one. And just enjoy. Don't restrict yourself with trying to make it rhyme. Just honestly, that one I just started writing. COVID. C was can't go out. Okay, and you just start from there. Once you've done a couple, try and have a go with one that rhymes where every other line rhymes. But it's a bit of fun, guys, and enjoy. And I hope you like mine, by the way. Feel free, send me things. I'll have a look at them. I love a bit of poetry. There's something about it that's nice, and you can make it serious, you can make it silly. So get a nice little mixture going.